I didn't see you there. You caught me indulging in one of my most fascinating interests as of late. It's called the dictionary. Oh, oh, this one's clever.
I see someone who's about halfway through the seas.
Bro! Staring sternly in the mirror.
You've had a wild week. You haven't eaten today. You've barely interacted with the people today. Do not trust the vague sense of unease. I can't believe 1 terabyte micro SD cards are like a thing that exists. Like, that's like crossing a line. That's alarmingly close to playing God. Where the fuck are they putting it? For $100, I could put every single one of the games I have on Steam on a card that fits on my fingertips, and then drop it on my carpet and never see it again. What a time to be alive.
I wish I could send this to my dad. He told me that he remembers when 256 kilobyte floppy disk came out, and he thought, sure, why would anyone need that much storage space? When 1 terabyte micro SD cards first came out, I saw an article about them with the headline, "At long last, it is now possible to accidentally swallow all of the data collected by the Apollo program."
I have a 2 terabyte micro SD card. Somewhere. Man, I remember when 512 megabytes was like an insane amount of memory to have, and that was just on like the cheapest iPod shuffle you could get.
Starting to think some of y'all haven't felt the rain on your skin, which is crazy because no one else can feel it for you. No one else.
No one else.
People who don't cook their cereal don't, realize what they're missing out on. The heat of the flame really brings out the sweetness of the marshmallow. OP, I'm coming to your home and beat you in the face and ass.
Hold up. Hot Lucky Charms actually sounds pretty good.
Boo! It's Pokemon's official Tumblr account. Boo! Brand, you're a brand. Boo!
Silence, Tumblr user.
Tomfoolery transitioned and only does shenanigans now. Da-da-da.
Attention travelers, there's a fucking beast loose in the hard world!
I'm just here to buy some paint. You don't have to be a fucking dick about it. Hey guys, going to the scary zoo. You want anything? Stop saying Weezer.
Mika Sano Samurai wa Junbi da wanai.
I'm watching Seven Samurai.
I wonder how many they'll need.
I hesitate even to speculate.
Why do people call it fuck, marry, kill when they could call it bed, wed, and behead? Easy there, Henry. Who's Henry? What the fuck?
Girl, unhinge your jaw.
Unclench. I meant unclench.
Snake time.
Blowing a dandelion is basically you helping a weird ejaculate.
I was having a good day. We were all having a good day.
I mean, it's kind of not. Seeds are not analogous to sperm. Hell, pollen isn't analogous to sperm. Plants don't do dimorphic gametes like that. A better analogy would be firing a couple dozen fully formed babies from a t-shirt cannon.
Now we're having a good day again.
They don't tell you this, but in the United States, there is an extremely low chance to encounter a vehicle shaped like a hot dog. I love the world so much. Why do I often forget this? I suppose I love this life, in spite of my clenched fist.
There it is.
Can't wait for 2025 when we look back on 2018 and 2019 era and say, hey, remember when we were all freaking depressed? That was crazy time. Glad we aren't like that anymore.
Hey.
Don't say anything. I've been lying at this forever. See the ball. Feel the ball.
Feel the ball!
Hey, your dad wants to fuck Betty Rubble.
Ah, Betty Rubble. The hex maniac of the 1960s.
Hey, Tumblr user Indicity?
Shut up and stop being right.
I swear, I'm the only person who knows how to do elitism correctly. What are you, an FF14 player?
My body is already an inhospitable environment. There's no way a freaking baby would be able to survive in it. Also, babies can't even fight. How would they fare in a battle against my inner demons?
My body is a temple. No, boss arena. That fetus needs to learn to dodge and parry.
Sand tiger sharks. I love how hyenas still have, the winter coat gene. If you keep hyenas in cold climates, they just do this. It's so silly. Look at them. That's like a whole new creature.
Someone hit me with their car, and I got isekai to a world that's really similar to my old one, except in this one, my collarbone is mysteriously broken. Oh, whimsy. I mean, yeah, he's evil and all, but what if I were his favorite? Chat, name the character. Kill the imposter syndrome in your head, because not only is there someone out there doing it worse than you, they're also using ChatGPT to do it. The cure's been found! Tumblr's the only social media without algorithms. You could still be anonymous on Tumblr. Tumblr's so nice because you have to show your face. Wrong. Tumblr's special because you can have 3,000 followers and still get an average of 7 likes a post. I'm doing stand-up comedy at a packed venue and one person is laughing. 103,000 notes. The jokes write themselves. Oh my god, one of our tigers did this, and it isn't stuck in his head. One of the keepers went in to see if he needed help, and he undid this and redid it on his own a few times. Oh my god, he's pretending to be a lion. What if the Lion King remake was just this guy? I think it would actually be an improvement. Hey, how do people describe the taste of cilantro before modern soap was invented? Or did the cilantro taste like soap genes not exist then? I'm writing a Socrates X Plato fluff fic. I'm sorry, you're writing what now? Problem is God isn't real, but if the whole universe was a guy, what would he be like? Is easily one of the most fun things to think about. Gut bacteria behavior. That's correct. I love it when people use shrimp to mean beyond the human range. Like shrimp colors, but applied to other things. Shrimp emotions, shrimp sounds, shrimp morality. As if shrimp are living some kind of transcendent existence that humans can never comprehend. Turns out these little creatures are not so shrimpable after all. Why did I write this like I'm 74? Sorry, I was thinking this hit different now knowing that Gura has graduated.
What kind of stupid are you?
I go away for like an hour. She will not leave my side. Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
Hey, so I am currently not feeling the best. I had plans to do more dynamic videos, but vocals just did not want to cooperate today. So, figured take this opportunity to do more of the calming LNT facts that we have run across. Hi, Jojo. You want to join me? Cool. So here we go. I learned that in 2020, 5 Lithuanian soldiers went missing during a graduation exam. Thinking the exercise was still ongoing, they successfully evaded all attempts to find them. A military spokesman said that their performance was exemplary. Not bad, not bad. Today I learned McDonald's almost got rid of its golden arches in the 1960s. The arches were only kept because a psychologist they hired said that they had the great Freudian importance in the subconscious mind of customers. They represented, and I quote, Mother McDonald's breasts. This is why we need to dig Freud up and kill him again. They learned John Milton was totally blind during the composition of his 10,000-line epic poem, Paradise Lost. Every morning, he would have verses already prepared in his hand for his aide to take dictation. If the aide was late, Milton would complain, saying, I want to be milked. How is this entire post fine until the very last word? You guys are finding some weird one to submit to that Discord channel for these. Like, I really had to, like, cherry pick, and even the ones that I picked out, I was like, what? Today I learned Vikings used the bones of slain animals when smithing new weapons, believing they would enchant the weapon with the animal spirits. This actually made the bones stronger because carbon in the bones coupled with the iron made a primitive version of steel. Fuck off, eggheads, because of bone magic. I read that capsaicin makes your mouth feel like it's burning because it increases your nerve sensitivity to heat. And menthol works by doing the same thing to cold. So if I eat habanero pepper and then chew a bunch of breath mints, they'll cancel each other out and I'll be fine. Hey, guess what hellfire tastes like? Fun fact, the nerve endings for ouch too hot and ouch too cold are different, which means they can be activated at once without canceling out. Rip to LP. Christmas fact number 15. I need to find the other 14. In Chile, a popular Christmas drink is cola de mono, monkey's tail. which is made from coffee, milk, liqueur, cinnamon, and sugar. That sounds and looks awesome. Fun fact, if your breasts are somewhere between 36C and 36D, then they weigh about the same as your brain. If you're above a D cup, you have probably got more boob than brain. Don't I know it? Sign languages include very few words about astronomy, making it hard for those who are deaf to talk about space. The International Astronomical Union just created about 50 signs to replace words like constellation, which previously had to be spelled out letter by letter. Oof. Yeah, they should make skyscrapers with holes so planes can just pass right through. Not necessarily skyscraper or planes, but there's a lot of buildings in Taiwan and Hong Kong with holes for spirit dragons to pass through. When I first learned about it in my Chinese class, I remember hearing that a lot of Western-style tower buildings near hills had structural issues in specific spots, so Feng Shui experts decided spirit dragons. But it's also really cool for aesthetic purposes. I'm gonna have to write that one down. Ah, yes. The majestic flaps. Wait, are those breaching mantis? No, they're majestic flaps. Fun fact, manta, the majestic flap, rays actually do this to scratch their bellies or to help them with a birth. If the females are having trouble with the labor and the pups get stuck, pups, I think that's the correct term, they jump out of the water and the smack upon re-entry pushes them the fuck out. On the other hand, they don't have any hands, so if they get an itch because of some kind of bug or something, the smack helps them scratch it. Majestic flaps are so cute. Thank you, science. I love seeing cardinals and blue jays together. I'm always like, evil siblings. This is what I'm all about, baby. They're not even related. Jay are a type of corvid like crows and magpies, and cardinals are grosbeak. Well, you see, they're both birds, and they both have fun hats. I hope this helps. See, this is how you win the Tumblr post. Blue penguins are the smallest type of penguin. Adults grow just to an average of 33 centimeters, 13 inches in height, and 47.3 centimeters, 17 inches in length. Due to their small size and bright colors, they're often called fairy penguins. So that's what Pip-Up looks like IRL. Oh, hey, by the way, before we go, the term masterpiece originally and traditionally meant as a piece of work that an apprentice or other aspiring craftsman created to show off to his master or the town's guild. So naturally, it was intended to be the best fucking thing that you could make, demonstrating just how fucking good you are at what you're making, 100% to flex your skills. And if it was approved, the applicant was accepted as a member of the guild and could now call himself a master and work in this craft in this city. So the next time you're looking at the one great thing you made and think, this is it, my masterpiece, I have peaked, it's all downhill from here, consider looking at the other way. Making your masterpiece means you're only getting started. Thank you all for listening. Subscribe, likeals, commentos. I'm going to go back to bed now. Bye.
Hey, I found out about this new word. It's called nuance. And I think some, but not all of you, could benefit from learning about it. But in some contexts, it's not as applicable. It just depends. Internet and nuance? That's never been a problem before.
Doctor, he wants to talk about his OCs, but he has nothing concrete to say about them, and yes, it's fatal.
Well, put him down.
I once tried to take a screenshot of a Dynamax Whooper exploding and ended up with a declaration of what we truly are. Why is AO3 blocked on the hospital Wi-Fi? It's not even the public hospital Wi-Fi. I'm on the staff Wi-Fi. Which one of you anesthesiologists was reading Omegaverse on the clock? Reads like a 50K post. Thankfully, I am saved by the power of having only a total of 7 followers on this blog. The power of having a total of 7 followers on this blog has failed me. You know, when a girl says she's experimented with girls, that does not necessarily mean she's bi. She may just be an evil scientist. I can't see the picture on mobile, but there is a 90% chance that this is Princess Bubblegum. Just spent half an hour waiting for a pizza I hadn't even ordered yet. Never let your enemy know your next move. Ayo, call him bubonic the way he plagues me. Blorbonic plague. Ayo, she doesn't on my nothing till I don't. Hashtag Mine. Bro, new celibate slang just dropped. Picks up an earthworm and places it next to another earthworm. Girls' night. There is a chasm difference between a one wizard story and a two or more wizard story. Yeah, The Hobbit is the one wizard story, and The Lord of the Rings is definitely a multiple wizard story. And I feel like that's a good example of the monumental difference between the two. Exactly. You see how much shit happens in Lord of the Rings because there's like more than one wizard? That's why you gotta limit yourself to one wizard at a time, folks.
Did you know that the creator you like also posts 18+ content? Did you know that? Don't you think it's weird? Don't you think we should keep the space?
No, I don't. I booked a front row seat to the Devil's Sacrament and you're blocking the view. Just go back to the 1660 New England hole you just crawled out of and eat barley for a week to atone for your sins or whatever. I booked a front row seat to the Devil's Sacrament and you're blocking the view is one banger of a thematic statement. Shirt material. In my honest opinion, if you got that shit wrapped up in a pseudonym and you're not shoving it in front of your normal crowd, then you were all Gucci, whatever. She yearns for the tub water. Disgusting. Scroll back up. Painting. It's a fucking painting. Did you know that it could be a federal offense to be in possession of a lobster? Notice how this is not tagged as a shitpost? Lobster went from being fed to only prison mates to being a high luxury food to now even in some states you can't even just have it. Do you want me to come out of my cage and doing just fine? In this economy? Adding, which is crazy because I thought he was dead, to the end of every sentence, even in the ones where no he is mentioned. I think that would concern people. There's a point beyond which focusing too much on the rarity of a certain video game achievements becomes sort of an unintentional self-own on the part of the developer. Like, yes, sometimes only 0.5% of the players have this achievement feels like an accomplishment, but more often it's like, yeah, I fucking bet. I told my husband he looked handsome and he got offended, and looked to the Swamp Monster book I had on display saying, I know what type of men you find handsome. New variant on, your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. She's a beautiful B-girl who runs a candle shop, and she's bees to meet you. You ask her for advice, and she says, well, in my bumble opinion, is this anything? I had a wife, but they took her in the divorce. Is a Groucho Marx level joke. Pure vaudeville. It's semantically perfect, blisteringly fast, and completely efficient. Just an unbelievable stroke of genius, which was apparently a complete accident. You could tell this joke on stage at any period in history between the 1500s and now, and get a genuine guffaw. Muttering, supposed to have 20K notes to me. After my defense attorney's opening statement for my triple vehicular homicide trial. I lost. Should have taken the insanity plea. Reminiscing on when I went K-diving a couple years back, and another dude who was in there was playing Minecraft music out of his backpack, so I just heard C418 slowly approaching me from within an actual cave. Shout out to that guy. I briefly experienced what it's like to be Steve for real for about 4 minutes. Sounds like you could have benefited from some flint and steel. One of the most annoying feelings in ADHD is the can't get started with anything feeling. Like your ADHD is screaming you have to do something. You can't just rest. Resting isn't a thing. Even if you are resting, it's by doing something. But nothing works. You try to watch something, it's not right, you can't. Read, you can't read right now. Play, none of your games seem fun. Make something, you're not feeling any of those projects right now. Social media, it's boring or worse right now. So find something else. It's like you're not moving, but it's because you're too tense to do anything. Just vibrating in place. Oh my god, it's in fucking words. Behold, the world's thinnest pizza. Looks horrible. I usually have a golden rule. Even bad pizza could be good pizza. I think this actually would break that statement. This looks like shit. You know, this is cheaper than journaling when you think about it. We pay in other ways. For example, I don't know why young people nodding is seen as a loser and antisocial thing, to be honest. When I do it in public, people seem happy to see it, and sometimes they even stop to talk to me about how it's genuinely sweet.
Okay, now before I press post, I want it to be known I noticed the typo just in the nick of time, but decided to leave it anyway for the same reason some people keep the bullet that killed them as a memento of what could have been for the rest of their lives.
Knitting?